We are learning about more harrowing and heartbreaking stories from those Israeli border communities. Hamas fighters stormed a kibbutz, a communal settlement in southern Israel, taking hostages and destroying the community. Joining us now live is a mother who lives in one of those communities and says her two sons, who are 16 and 12, were both kidnapped by Hamas. She prefers not to be named for security reasons. First off, just want to say our thoughts and prayers. We certainly are sending those out with you and your family tonight as you deal with this scenario that no parent should have to bear. Take us back to the start. What happened in those first moments as Hamas came into your kibbutz?
At 6:30 Saturday morning, we've heard the red alert going off. Unfortunately, that's a routine we're pretty used to. So my two boys who were home alone went to the safe room, and they know what to do, and got in the safe room and then called me. I was on another place nearby, a different kibbutz, with my spouse, and they were with their father that weekend. I'm divorced. And they usually sleep at my place, even on his weekends. We're only a few hundred meters away, our houses. So on a normal situation for 12 and 16-year-olds, it sounds like a normal situation in this, and then red alerts were going off, and I was on the phone to them every few minutes. Somewhere around 8:30, they started saying that they were hearing gunshots outside the house, and I tried to calm them down, telling them it's probably the army or our people shooting. And then texts were coming in from other members of the community saying that terrorists are walking around, trying to break into houses, trying to get in. And then about 8:30, they called me, whispering that they think they heard the door break and someone breaking into the house, and it took another 10 minutes. So, and I could hear 2 or 3 people speaking in Arabic outside the door, getting in. And my youngest, who was only 12, saying to them, "Don't take me, I'm too young." And that was it. The line cut off. That was the last time I heard from them. They were taken from their home, from their beds, by barbarians. I can't really find another word for it. That's it. And since then, I've heard nothing. I've later found out by one of the videos Hamas put on that their father, who was injured, and his wonderful girlfriend were also taken hostage. And I'm only hoping that they're together now. That's it.
Did it appear that they had left the safe room at some point?
No, they were in the safe room the whole time, but the safe room don't lock. No one ever thought that we needed to lock the doors in, against a terror attack of this sort. The safe rooms were built against missile attacks or earthquakes. They weren't meant to be locked against terrorists going to the houses. They went to the houses, they broke everything they could. They stole everything they could. They burnt houses. They burnt houses with families in them. They took babies, they took women, they took children, they took elderly people over 85. They took people who were sick. They took injured people. They're just, barbarians. I'm sorry, but I can't find another word for it.
If you could get a message out to your sons tonight, what would that be?
I want the world to know that they're holding innocent civilians. I want the world to know that war has rules. Even war has rules. Even ancient wars had rules. This is against all rules. Against all rules of humanity, against all rules of war, against all rules of peace. We gave them work permits, thinking that this would help their economy and would help get regain the trust. I used to say to my kids every time we were shot at missiles that the children in Gaza has a much worse life than theirs. That the situation is much worse than theirs, and they don't have safe rooms, and that they should be sympathetic to them. We have morals. They don't.
Are you getting...
I want the world to demand to release those innocent civilians. I want these children and women and babies back home, and I want my children back home. I want them to fight each other. I want them to annoy each other. I want them to get on my nerves again. I want them back. I want them to be back sleeping in their beds. I can't take a shower without thinking of them being held in hostages in some dirty pit somewhere. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I don't think human beings treat people like this. I'm sorry. I want the world to demand those hostages to be returned to their homes. War has rules.
Are you getting any updates at all from the government, from any officials at all?
I've been contacted like most families, but they don't have much news to give me. Most of the information they have is the information I gave. So no, I'm not getting any new information, anything. But I'm keeping my hopes up. I'm hoping that since they took hundreds of people, they won't have the capacity or the nerve to keep them there. And I'm hoping the world won't let it happen. I'm begging from a mother to other mothers in every country in the world to think what she would feel like if it was their child. Even mothers in Gaza want a normal life, I'm sure.
As a mother myself, hearing from you, I think that there's no one who can hear your story and not be heartbroken. And it's so important to hear your story. And we are certainly hoping for the best outcome. And I hope that you'll continue to keep us informed. And we are certainly lifting up your entire community tonight. I can't thank you enough for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.